Alright, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruchak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and shout out to all the Akim pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. Alright, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the yellow vest riots that are currently happening in France right now, and some of the French riots that occurred in the past, and how it relates to reincarnation. And to start off, I'm going to read this in the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, for such as in their life have received benefits, and have not known me. And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. Okay, and so the wicked, when they die, they're gonna come back and serve their judgments. And a precept to go with that is right here in Hebrews chapter 7, verse 26. For such an high priest became us, who is holy, harmless, undefiled, separate from sinners, and made higher than the heavens, who needeth not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's. For this he did once, when he offered it up himself. Alright, and this is talking about Yahweh Shai. And as we know, he didn't commit any sins. So right here is first for his own sins. Because we all know that Yahweh Shai was Adam, and then he was King Solomon. And in those lives, he did commit sins. Alright, and this is 1 Corinthians 15 and 45. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Yeah, and that last Adam is talking about Yahweh Shai. Alright, so this is right here is a Wikipedia article, the list of incidents of civil unrest in France. See, because right here, like starting from the 13th century all the way down to now, there have been numerous riots of the same situation. Alright, the main ones we're going to be talking about is see right here, the Flower War. It started in 1775, and if any of the Akim know about history, this is the war. Well, the situation that culminated to the French Revolution. I'm gonna read this right here just to give a quick briefing on let's see here, this website, Causes of the French Revolution, and we're just gonna read the economically spot. All right, so King Louis XVI had a problem with the tax. He only taxed the third estate, and not the first or second estate. Doing this made the third estate angry, yet there was barely anything they could do. The problem was that King Louis XVI's wife, Marie Antoinette, had been spending most of the tax money for herself, for makeup, clothing, jewelry, or anything to make her look more attractive. Then King Louis said, he raised the prices on bread, since there was a crop failure. Bread was a daily meal for the peasants, farmers, and most of the people in France. Once he raised the price on bread, riots began to occur in the towns that sold the bread. Muggings occurred since people would steal bread from others, and this brought the attention of the third estate that they were getting played by their rulers, having their queens use most of the money from the tax, and having their king raise the bread prices by doubling it. It was one of the many signs that they were getting. One of the many signs they were getting. Having the third estate, which is in her parentheses peasants, pay off taxes was a terrible idea, since mostly all the peasants were poor and could barely live on their own. And having to double price of bread to recover from the 7 Years' War just caused the citizens to become broke and have any money for food. This left the many starving. Alright, so right now, what's happening is that all the Akim know there's a whole bunch of riots. Pull out this article just because it's got a few good paragraphs in it. So the title over here, this article is Paris Riots Over Fuel Tax, Dim Hopes for Climate Change. And let me find the ones that I wanted to read. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so the yellow vests in France are wearing greens around the world. The worst riots in Paris in decades were sparked by higher fuel taxes. The French president Emmanuel Macron responded by scrapping them Wednesday. But taxes on fossil fuels are just what international climate negotiations meetings in Poland this week. They are desperately say they are desperately needed to help wean the world off of fossil fuels and slow climate change. I'm just going to skim through because there's just a few pieces in this article that I wanted to read out. So I'm going to look for them. Alright, here it is. Down here in the middle of it says, so what went wrong? Yale University economist William Nordhaus, who won this year's Nobel Prize for Economics, said the tax was poorly designed and was delivered by the wrong person. If you want to make energy taxes unpopular, step 1 is to be an unpopular leader. He said step 2 is to use gasoline taxes and call them carbon taxes. This is hard enough without adding poor design. So one thing right here is, as you can see, Esau's magic doesn't work anymore. Just switching up the words from gasoline taxes to carbon taxes, I guarantee you the same thing would have happened. And real quick, I'm going to pull out a precept. Alright, this is Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. Alright, so around the world, Esau's world basically is falling apart, and like there's nothing you can do about it. There's another paragraph here that I want to look for. I'll just look for it right here. Alright, it's right here. It says right here, Macron said the higher taxes was his way of trying to prevent the end of the world. But the Yellow Vest protesters turned that around with a slogan, it's hard to talk about the end of the world while we are talking about the end of the month. Alright, so one thing I want to point out in this in the history right here of these French revolutions is back in the French Revolution, like everybody wore these things called the Phrygian caps or liberty caps. And you see this picture right here is a bust of Attis, which is actually he's a Greek god. I'm just gonna hover the mouse right here so you can get a little insight. And Attis was a consort of Cybele and Phrygian in Greek mythology. I'm just gonna scroll down to the main parts right here. And France Bonnet Rogue. In the revolutionary France in the 1675, the anti-tax and anti-nobility stamp paper revolt erupted in Brittany. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to give you the gist of it. So basically what they did is once the taxes started to get raised, the Third Estate, which were the peasants of France, they started wearing these red hats. And these red hats go back to Greek and Roman ideologies. So I'm just going to find it real quick. There it is. And so, like during the French Revolution, they painted up this woman called Mary Anne, and she became like a staple of the whole thing that happened. Just like with these yellow vests, they're banding together and like with like a specific thing. And back in the day, it was a red hat. Right now, it's a yellow vest. And see, there's a famous artwork with her name is Mary Anne. But she's actually representing Libertas, which is a Roman goddess. And you see all the peasants that are wearing red hats. So basically, like during that time frame, everybody basically wore a red hat, so they can symbolize that they were the peasants, and the people who weren't wearing those hats were against them. I'm just trying to see if I can find the Roman goddess Libertas. Oh, right here, goddess of liberty. So here's the article right here, Libertas. I'm not going to read much into it. I'm just going to show you that these Edomites, they pretty much just come back into the world, and they fill their lot again, because there's nothing new under the sun. All right, I'm just going to end off this video with one more precept. All right, this is Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done, it is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun. And with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak Wadash. And hopefully, Akim were edified. And Shalom.